Welcome, Victorine Ngamsha. Good morning to you.
Morning, Abed.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. I'm delighted to having you here. You're based in the UK?
Yes, I am.
Good. And winner of the Volunteer Award of the Year. Maybe you tell us about that.
Yes. Last year, 2011, I won the Volunteer Award of the Year for the University of Wolverhampton because I love voluntary work. So, the year 2009, 10-11, sorry, I worked in an organization called The Heaven, dealing with women suffering domestic violence, and I did ICT because that's my course in the University of Wolverhampton. So at during the third year, you either go, you have the option of going out to work in the field to practice what you're learning, but in my usually it's paid. But in my case, I choose to do voluntary, and that brought me to that big award. So it was an award for voluntary work for the University of Wolverhampton. And at the university level, when you win the award, then they nominate you again for the nation, which means you look at winning the award for the whole of England. And I had that award as well. I was a winner. So,
are you on scholarship? Because I know that generally life is not easy. So many people find time to do something else, to do go into what is paid for.
No, I'm not on scholarship, but I just love doing the things that help, and that's why I did it. I'm home student, and it's different from international student, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that I do not pay my fees and I have a family, but it's just, I believe a lot in doing the things that help, because when you go out there and work, I didn't know about the award, I just went on and did a good job. And once you do things like that, believe you me, and this is what I cannot emphasize enough, because out there, Cameroonian or other African people who come to study in the UK, they believe so much in, I need money. I had friends who laughed at me. They said, why do you bother working for free for a year? And this is where I am now, and it's changed my life forever.
What are you doing as a student?
I did IT. I'm just on my final year, so about to graduate in September.
And what do you intend to do after that? Continue volunteering, or this time going forward?
Yes, I will get a job, because I do need a job. I've got a family to look after, but I will continue to do voluntary work. I've just done some voluntary work in Cameroon, Last week was the artist, Asem, English-speaking musician in Mona Foundation, and I drilled them on the use of social networking to promote their music. And I'm carrying a lot of their music to upload on YouTube. So it will be things like that I will do, but at the same time, I will have to get a job and give a percentage of my salary to charity. I've done huge voluntary work in the UK, but I'm heading for home now because it's my time to give back home. So once I graduate, I'll be looking forward to coming home to do something, because in the UK, as you know, you may like to know, I'm the vice president for Banning UK, which is the association of people who came from Kumbo. It's a lot of people, different branches, and I'm the vice chair, and I'm also the vice chair for NFU, which is the top family union that's covering the whole of Europe. And I lead this group. It's voluntary, it's still voluntary work, and I just want to do more.
Since you came to Cameroon, you definitely must have spent some days or weeks. Have you been sending across the message that volunteerism is good, because these are pretty new concepts to many Cameroonians?
I know. Well, yes, I have done some practical things. For those who listened to Helen Claire Radio last week in Kumbo, I have visited the orphanage in Chisson, where I delivered things from Banning UK, and it's part of our project, and we obviously coming with more. Yes, I have spoken to people, and my example is a good one. You do not necessarily need to do things because you need money or you want people to give you something. Just go on doing those things, and by doing them, you actually learn a lot and you gain more. Yes, I've spread the message, and the example, I've got a certificate from the Ministry of Culture, and was handed to me at the Mona Foundation from presenting to the artists. So I believe that Cameroonians are getting this message, and most especially those out in Europe, because they could do prostitution, they could go on clubbing. I'm a mom of 4 children, okay? And my children need me. but I had to study, I had to do this voluntary work, I had to look after my family, and I've got a gorgeous husband, of course. So all of that in my hands, but where there is a will, there is a way.
Always a way.
Yeah. And with my awards, I happened to be successful because there were some ladies, Christina, Ellie, and Andrea. They work for the University of Wolverhampton Industrial Placement Unit. They helped me enormously to get to where I am. That means these three ladies happened to be the people at the forefront to say, come on, Vicky, we need to get you a placement. And when the placement didn't come, they get me ahead. So there are people out there to help. And a university like Wolverhampton is absolutely fantastic. Lots of black people, lots of people from Nigeria and all over. And you have help if you ask for help.
Okay. We want to thank you so much for coming. Your experience is a pretty good one. Unfortunately, lack of time, we wouldn't continue. When are you going back?
I should be going back tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Unfortunately, they hardly have time to stay here. Always moving. Want to wish you well.
Thank you.
And may you not stumble.
Thank you very much.
Okay.